Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the economic importance of bryophytes. Then I will teach you types of bryophytes. These are liverworts and mosses. Let us start. The first one, that is the economic importance of bryophytes. The bryophytes, especially the mosses, provide food for mammals, birds and other animals. Mosses means funaria, sphagnum, some other bryophytes, their species are the source of the food materials for the mammals, birds and some of the animals. Sphagnum, it is a type of moss. It provides peat that have long been used as a fuel. Peat, you might be heard about peat, and peat is generally obtained from the swamp area, from the damp places, and peat act as the fuel, and the source of the peat is the bryophyte. Some of the species of the sphagnum, it is a kind of moss, and that moss is the main source of the peat, and peat act as the fuel which can be used for so many purposes. Now the sphagnum also has capacity to hold water as packing material for transshipment of the living material. Means to transport the materials from one place to another place, and especially the vegetables and other living materials. The sphagnum is used as it has the water holding capacity, and therefore the living moss, or you can say the vegetables, they are not going to dry up, as it can hold the moisture inside, it can retain the water, it provides the moisture content, and that's why the sphagnum is also used as a packing material, and especially for transshipment of living material. Mosses along with the lichens are the first organism to colonize rocks. I will teach you in class 12th about succession, and when the succession starts into a bare area, and especially from the rock where there are no plants at all before, the first colonizer is lichen and mosses. So mosses along with the lichens are the first organism to colonize on the rocks, and later on the lichen and mosses, they break down the rock, then it makes the rock suitable for the growth of herbs, then shrub, then trees, and the whole process of succession takes place. So mosses, you can say, they help into the colonization of the climax community, that is forest communities, and they invade first of all into any bare rock, and it helps in the process of succession. Now mosses also prevent soil erosion. How? You can say that mosses, they also prevent the process of soil erosion. As you know, soil erosion is the removal of the topsoil. In the forest, it has been observed that the mosses, they generally grow on, as I told you, on the rocks, in the moist and shady places. So the mosses, they lie over the surface of the soil, and they prevent the direct falling of the rain drops onto the soil, and therefore it prevents the loss of the soil, and you can say it prevents soil erosion. Marchantia, it is a type of liverwort, and Marchantia is used for the medicinal properties. It has the medicinal properties, and especially to cure lungs and liver infections. And it has also anti-tumor properties. Means some of the species of the Marchantia, they are used as a medicine to cure lungs and liver infections, and even it can also suppress the tumor, and that's why you can say it has anti-tumor properties also. Now, after the economic importance of bryophytes, we will discuss about types of bryophytes. In class 11th NCERT book, the bryophytes are mainly classified into two groups. The first one is the liverworts, and the second one is the mosses. The liverworts, what are liverworts? First of all, liverworts are the small, or you can say simple, bryophytes, and they are generally thylakoid in nature. The thallus is very simple. There is no true root, no true stem, no true leaves are present, but it looks like the leaf-like structure. The thallus, it looks leaf-like in structure, but true leaves, true stems, true roots are absent in the case of liverworts. Suppose I am going to make here the diagram like this. This is a plant, and it is a kind of liverwort. The liverworts include so many bryophytes which are very simple, like Rixia, Marchantia, Pilia, Porella, Anthoceras. So many simple bryophytes are there which are included into this type, that is liverworts. But in class 11th, a very important, or you can say the species, that is Marchantia, is included into the liverwort. So especially we will discuss about Marchantia, and almost in all the liverworts the same kind of the life cycle takes place. In the liverwort, like in the case of Marchantia is a very, you can say the popular, or you can say the main liverwort. The Marchantia, first of all, before the structure of the liverwort, we will discuss about the habitat of the liverwort, where the liverworts they are found. The liverworts such as Marchantia, Rixia, Pilia, Porella, these bryophytes, they are found into the moist and shady areas like other bryophytes, like mosses also. So they are adopted, or they are found into the moist and shady places. They are also found on the rocks. They are also found on the tree trunk. They appear green in structure. Yesterday I told you so many characteristics of the bryophytes. And the color of the liverworts or other bryophytes, they are green in structure. They can synthesize their own food material by the process of photosynthesis. Now, after the habitat, how liverworts look from outside. As the body, I told you, is thyroid in nature. It is a thyroid structure. And this thyroid structure, the thallus is dorsiventral in structure. Dorsiventral, we have already discussed, means it has two surfaces, the dorsal and ventral. The back, that is called dorsal, and the front one, it is called ventral. So the thallus has how many surfaces? Two surfaces are there. Suppose this one is the ventral surface, just on the back it will be the dorsal surface. And the thallus is branched also. You can see here, it is branched also. And the thallus has the root-like structures, and the root-like structure on the thallus, these all are called rhizoids. So rhizoids are the root-like structure which absorb water and minerals from the soil or from the substratum. Substratum is base where the thallus is attached. So liverworts, either it is Markensia or Pilia or Porella, any kind of the liverworts, their body is generally thyroid in structure. Thallus, it looks thyroid in structure. The body is very simple, and it has two surfaces, dorsal and ventral surface. It has the root-like structure which is called rhizoids, which absorb water and minerals from the soil. Now, after the structure, then the sex organs, how liverworts and especially Markensia reproduces, how the process of the reproduction takes place. The reproduction, liverworts, they reproduce by vegetative, asexual and sexual means. All the three kinds of reproduction takes place in the case of liverworts. The vegetative reproduction takes place by the fragmentation. In the case of fragmentation, the thallus or the body is broken down into so many pieces, into so many fragments, and later on each fragment can produce the new thallus, the new body of the bryophyte. Second, asexual reproduction. The process of asexual reproduction takes place by a special type of spore-like structure, and these spores, these asexual, you can say spores, they are called gyma. It's the singular form, or gymi, and these gymi are present into the receptacle which is called gyma cup. I can draw here the diagram. These all are the gyma cups, and in each gyma so many gymi are present. So gymi are the multicellular structure. These are green in each gyma. The plural form of the gyma is gymi. Each gyma is green in structure. It is multicellular. It is just like the bud in shape or spore-like structure. And so many gyma, or you can say the gymi, they are present into a cup-like structure, and this cup-like structure is called gyma cup. And all the gyma cup, they are embedded, they are present, they are embedded into the thallus. So overall, so many gymi they are present in the body, in the thallus. When the gymi comes from the gyma cup, each gymi can produce the new thallus again. So the process of asexual reproduction takes place by gymi formation. Gymi is green structure, multicellular, and all these gymi they are present into a receptacle, and this is called gyma cup, and gyma cup are embedded into the thallus. Now about the sexual reproduction. Yesterday I taught you about the sexual reproduction, that in the case of sexual reproduction, the bryophyte, the main plant of the bryophyte is gametophyte. As the body, it produces what? Gametes. And all. Why it is said to be the gametophyte? Because the main body of the bryophyte is what? Haploid. A single set of the chromosome is found, and because of a single set, it is haploid. And haploid, the main body which is haploid, because of the haploid nature, the plant is said to be what? Gametophytic. And if the organism is diploid, suppose we are diploid, our chromosomes they are found in the pair. We are diploid organism. So our main body is what? Is sporophytic. So what is gametophytic? The haploid body, the main haploid body, in main haploid body, a single set of the chromosome is found. But in our body, the chromosomes they are present in the pairs. So a single set, this is called haploid. Two sets of the chromosomes, this is called diploid. Haploid set, gametophytic plant. Diploid set, that is sporophytic plant. But as per bryophyte is concerned, the main plant body is what? Gametophyte. The main plant body is haploid. The gametophytic plant produces the gametes, and these gametes are found, or they are produced into a well-developed sex organs. The male sex organ is called antheridium, and the female sex organ is called archegonium. It's very, very important. You have to learn what is the name of the male sex organ of the bryophyte, that is called antheridium, and the female sex organ is called archegonium. As I told you, antheridium, so many antheridium, these male sex organs, they are found, they are present inside the antheridiophore. This diagram has been drawn in your NCERT book also. Antheridiophore. So antheridiophore, each antheridiophore contains so many antheridium, and the female sex organ, that is archegonium. The archegonium are present where? Inside the archegoniophore. This one is the archegoniophore. Here, this is a diagram of a single antheridium. This is the antheridium. So many antheridium they are present inside the antheridiophore. The same like here also, so many archegonium they are present inside the archegoniophore. But antheridium and archegonium both are multicellular. The antheridium is just a club-like structure. You can see here the diagram. The diagrams are not given in class 11, but it looks like this, antheridium, and inside the antheridium produces so many male gametes, and these male gametes are called antherozoids. it's very, very important that antheridium is the sex organ, male sex organ. I am going to make here the symbol, male sex organ. This is the symbol of male. And inside the male sex organ, that is antheridium, so many male gametes are produced, and these male gametes are called antherozoites. And the antherozoites are biflagellated. It just looks like the sperm. It is biflagellated. Two flagella are there. It is called male gamete. And the female sex organ, that is called archegonium. The archegonium actually has two parts. That the upper part, this is called neck, and this basal part, this is called venter. Not given detail in a class 11, but two parts are there, the neck and venter. And inside the venter, the egg is present, and this egg is non-motile. So, antherozoites, it's very, very important. Antherozoites are motile. The male gametes are motile, while the female gamete, that is egg, it is single and non-motile. Inside the antheridium, in a single antheridium, so many infinite number of the antherozoites are produced. Their numbers are too much. But inside each archegonium, a single egg is present. Why so many antherozoites are produced by the male? To increase the chance of fertilization, at least one antherozoid will fuse with the egg to produce the zygote. Now, regarding the fertilization, as you know, is the process in which the male and female gamete fuse together to produce zygote. So the process of the fusion of male and female gametes to each other to produce the zygote, this process is called fertilization. And here, in the case of bryophytes, as I told you, water is needed, water is required. Without water, the process of fertilization doesn't take place. And that's why the bryophyte is also said to be what? Amphibians of the plant kingdom. Because the bryophytes, they grow on the moist and sandy places on the soil, but they also need water to complete their life cycle. Without water, the process of fertilization doesn't take place. So water is essential for fertilization. Why water is needed during the process of fertilization? As we have discussed, the male gametes, antherozoites, are biflagellated, they are motile, and the female gamete is non-motile. Now the male gametes, they have to swim from the male thallus to the female thallus in the presence of water. In the dry environment, in the dry condition, the antherozoites, they are unable to swim. They can't move towards the female thallus. And that's why water is required. Through the water they can go, they can reach to the female thallus. And here, especially in the Markensia, which is a type of liverwort, the thallus is monoecious as well as dioecious. Some of the species of the Markensia, their body, the thallus is monoecious, but in some of the cases it is dioecious. In monoecious thallus, the male and sex organs, both they are found on the same thallus. Monoecious means the male and female sex organs, both they are present on the same thallus, same body. And in the case of dioecious, as in this diagram, the male and female thallus, both they are separated to each other. This is the male thallus and this one is the female thallus. So here the male gametes are transferred from the male to the female and the process of fertilization takes place. Now, after the process of fertilization, when the antherozoid and egg both are fused together, what they form? Zygote. As you note, till the time we were studying here about the haploid stage, but as soon as the zygote is formed, zygote is the fusion product of the male and female gamete. One set of the chromosome is coming from where? From the male gamete, that is from antherozoid, while the another set it comes from the female gamete, that is from egg, and due to the reunion of the male and female gametes, the zygote is formed and zygote is diploid in nature. That's why I have written here what? 2n. But zygote do not directly produce the new gametophytic plant. Why? Because zygote is diploid, and if the zygote will directly develop into the new body, the body will be diploid also. But we have to make the body haploid. So the zygote further develops into the embryo, then a new sporophytic plant on the same thallus. Suppose this is the thallus where the archegonium, all the events takes place in the archegonium itself. The process of fertilization, it takes place where? Inside the archegonium. I have drawn here separately, but you should know where the process of fertilization takes place. Inside the archegonium. Now after the fertilization, the archegonium, their work is over, and in place of the archegonium, a new sporophytic plant is formed. This is the Sporophyte, and this Sporophyte has how many parts? 3 parts. The basal part, it is called foot. This elongated part which connects capsule to the foot is called seta, and this upper part is called capsule. This is the thallus, and inside the capsule later on so many minute haploid spores are formed by the process of meiosis division. These all are the haploid spores, and when the wall of capsule is ruptured, the spores, it comes outside, and each spore again can produce the new thallus. So zygote, what is sporophyte? This is the sporophytic stage, and the sporophyte is totally depend upon this gametophytic plant, this thallus. Till the formation of spores, the sporophyte obtains food material from the gametophytic plant. The food, it helps to absorb food from this body, from this thallus, and the food goes to the capsule where spores are produced through this elongated part that is called seta. So food absorbs, food which is the part of sporophyte absorbs food from the gametophyte. Seta is the part of the sporophyte which transfer the food from food to the capsule, and capsule is the main part of the sporophyte which produces spores by the process of meiosis division. And when the spores are matured, the capsule is ruptured and spores are liberated outside, and each spore can produce the new gametophytic plant again. So how the process of, how the life cycle is going to be proceeded? Once again, let me to compile. The male sex organ is called antheridium. The female sex organ is called archegonium. The male sex organ, that is antheridium, produces the male gametes, which are called antherozoites. And the female sex organ, that is archegonium, it contains egg. Now, a single antherozoid, which is motile, fuses with the egg to form what? Zygote. Zygote is diploid in nature. It has 2 sets of the chromosomes. Now from the zygote, the new phase starts, that is sporophyte. The zygote divides by the process of mitosis division, and due to the repeated division, the zygote develops into the sporophytic plant. And this sporophytic plant is still attached with the gametophytic plant. The sporophyte is differentiated into the 3 parts, as I told you: foot, seta, and capsule. And capsule is the part where the spores are produced by the process of meiosis division, and each spore is haploid in nature. The spores comes outside from the capsule, and each spore can produce the new thallus. So that's all about the liverworts, and especially this is the life cycle of the Marchantia. And like the Marchantia, in other also like Pilia, Porella, Rixia, the life cycle takes place in other liverworts also. So liverworts overall, the whole bryophyte is classified into 2 groups: liverworts and mosses. The liverworts include the members of the bryophytes which are very simple. Their body is thyroid, and the rhizoids are present, which absorb water from the soil. And I have already explained about the Marchantia, that how the Marchantia, or you can say the liverwort, completes their life cycle. Tomorrow we will discuss about the mosses. Mosses, the second group of the bryophyte, is little bit advanced than the liverworts. Their body, and it is advanced, you can say, bryophytes. So before I wind up this class, I request you all to note down some of the questions related to the topics which I have been covered today and yesterday also. Question number 1, write down, write the name of the male and female sex organs. Write the names of male and female sex organs of bryophytes. Question number 2, write the habitat of bryophytes. Write the habitats of bryophytes. Question number 3, what are Gemma cups? Gemma. What are Gemma cups? How it helps in the process of reproduction. How it helps in the process of reproduction. Question number 4, write the economic importance of bryophytes. Write the economic importance of bryophytes. And the last question is, write characteristics of bryophytes. Any 5. Write any 5 characteristics of bryophytes. So that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.